Welcome to the Airbase Report.
My name is Alex Bergen, and I'm from Glenview, Illinois. I'm on the Atia Middle School campus right now.
This school is very special, not just because it's great teachers and staff, but for the ground it sits on.
This grass here used to host an official air race, responsible for training thousands of pilots. The pilots trained on this site were reason number one to our victory in the Pacific. As a veteran once said, Japan ran out of pilots and we didn't. Naval Airstation Glenview made the difference.
Naval Airstation Glenview is an important facility, training over 17,000 pilots, with the only 2 inland carriers ever. As World War II began for America, the Navy realized the bases along the shore were too vulnerable and weren't producing enough Navy pilots. So they commissioned 2 inland carriers in Lake Michigan. They created these carriers by slicing the top decks off of 2 luxury steamers and renaming them the USS Wolverine and the USS Sable. These 2 carriers' landing decks were 60 feet closer to the water than the official carrier size, so one false move could send you into the lake. If you could land on that, you could land on a fleet carrier. As the war raged on, Naval Air Station Glenview provided more and more pilots, more than any other airbase in the U.S. A young pilot named George H.W. Bush was amongst the pilots trained here. Despite the treacherous winters, where they had to have a Coast Guard ice cutter plow the route ahead of them, to blazing hot summer days where waves could rage up and pull your plane under, only a small amount of planes crashed. A handful of pilots were killed, one whose body was never recovered, but the rest, after 8 successful takeoffs and landings, were shipped off to serve in the war. Aircraft carriers, and the pilots that flew from them, were the pivotal force in the Pacific in World War II. Many people believe we couldn't have won the war without them, and we wouldn't have had the pilots without Naval Air Station Glenview.
Even our school's mascot is a flyer, so you would think everybody would know about it, right? I'm standing in front of the old Naval Air Base Tower. Hi, my name's Alex. I'm a 6th grader over at Atia. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions.
The Glenview Naval Air Base.
Base.
Yeah, naval base?
I do not. Yes, a naval base.
Do you?
What?
Do you know what's here before?
No, probably. No.
It was for planes in the Navy to come in and out.
No. No, I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
I don't.
No. I do not. I think they're named after X-Men comics.
No.
Captains or something? I'm going to say hundreds.
No, how many? I'm guessing by the statues around here, maybe 3 or 4.
Wow!
Oh my God. Ever trained in World War II. Naval base. Trained in
17,000.
That's a lot. Big number, yeah. In 1995, the airbase was closed. 1,200 of the 1,400 acres were turned into a shopping and residential complex, which is known as the Glen. They preserved the tower, but not the essence.
No land was set aside for a museum. This is the reason not many people know about Naval Air Station Glenview's significance in World War II. The only way to learn about Naval Air Station Glenview is visit the current one-room, underappreciated museum in the back of an old warehouse. This museum exists only because of the time and effort put in by the veterans themselves. They call themselves Hangar 1 Foundation. The veterans set up a list of phases. Phase 1. Preserve historically significant parts of the airbase, like Hangar 1 and the tower. Done. Phase 2. Set up a museum within the perimeter of the Glen. Done. Phase 3. Move into a more accessible and noticeable location. Expand and pull up and display a plane from the bottom of Lake Michigan. Not done. Phase 4. promote learning by preserving the past with an ever-growing collection of artifacts, and Reach for the Stars at the Challenger Space Learning Center.
Hangar One Foundation is primarily a small group of veterans. They're not going to do this on their own. They won the war for us. I think we should help them like they helped us. I think they need something, Mr. Colbert. I think they need a bump. A Colbert bump. This is reporter Alex Bergen reporting for the Air Base Report.